What's up, everyone? I'm Jason. This is Freebird Garage, and we are back on the flat tracker motor, and we are starting to reassemble this motor finally. All right, so let's get some of the parts I've been soaking away, and let's get this motor start to be built back again. Let's do it. It's been a minute since we've been on the motor. There were some pieces that I wanted to get in and clarify before we started reinstalling. And we did the cams. We got those all timed and checked with all the dots that are on there. Very important on the Sportster motor. Otherwise, they'll never run correctly. We got the oil pump correctly all gone in. And now we are going to start assembling the lifters, the pins, and the front cover, cam cover, whatever you want to call it, on here. So I wanted to research before is the lifters I got going there. I got those nice and soaked. These are by Comp Cams. These are what Hammer Performance recommended to me a long time ago when we were shooting this. I mentioned that Hammer Performance never shipped any lifters with this kit. This is a Hammer 1275 kit. We're going from 883 to 1275, huge jump. So we had to drill out or clean out the bosses. Those are the casings that go below inside of the cam chest area in order to clear the cam lobe to move around. So we did all that. It's all been cleaned up. It's kind of a pain in the ass because of how much you have to still cover so you don't get anything in the wrong area. So right now we're going to try to assemble and put together the lifters that I got from them. This is their recommendation. If you go on their website and their instruction manuals, there's a very long, detailed process. So let's do the first part and get these lifters inside, all right? Let's open this up, get these out. So what we're gonna do first is get these oiled up so we can get them to slide in very smooth. I don't have any problems going in. Curious of what we're about to run into. I feel like if there's been one thing on this motor or this bike, it's another thing that we run into. And everything seems very unpredicted. As much as I keep planning each of these pieces to go in, there's something else that comes up. It is not a straightforward process, it seems like, at all. And we have the holders of the retainer bars that go into here. We'll get into that part next, but we're gonna keep these on the flat side, left and right of the hole here. Okay, that's one side. Let's check those out real quick, just to make sure we are in good standing. All right, right side looks good. And we'll do the left here. And by the book, it says the flats want to face the front and the rear motor, otherwise your pins will not go in. Okay. That one's a little sucked in there. I have to work that one in correctly. Do the same for this. All right, now let me check everything again, see if we're good. So I was looking over the instruction manual for the lifters on this motor for the Hammer kit, and it kind of has a little bit of a gray area. In particular, if you're somewhat using partial of their kit and then their full kit, and then it just talks about things to watch out for, and essentially they're pins or the retainers on these lifters. And they go inside of the holes right here inside the motor, essentially keep the lifters from ejecting outside of the casing and releasing themselves. So we are going to use brand new ones. These are pretty hard to track down, and these are the older style pins. Now Hammer does suggest that you would essentially take this motor, get it on its side, get it on the lathe, and then actually drill a new style tappet holder inside, which would be like early 2000, 2001, 2000, and it's a screw style. They would prefer those because they're a lot stronger. It makes sense, but I really don't have any of that tooling to properly get into those holes without making an entire mess or just messing up the case in general. So we're gonna go with some brand new pins, and hopefully that takes care of it. Otherwise, this is gonna be an interesting time if it doesn't after we're all done with this. All right, so we're gonna slide these in and get it done. So we're gonna soak the pins in oil as well. We'll do the first one here. Probably have to realign the lifter, making sure that it wiggles in correctly. Try this again, that one didn't work. All right, so we will have to move a little bit of lifter up on top. All right, they don't want to go in. I don't know why yet. So we're gonna figure out what's causing them to stop on the facing there. And we'll try just in case on the other side here. All right. I don't know if they're just too snug or what, but we are gonna double check that before we jam them in there. So I got one in, and I wanna double check the service manual on these just to make sure. I thought it said it when I went to go disassemble, is why I got the new ones, is that it does say discard these after you remove them. So you wanna replace them with new, which we have done. And that one actually ended up sliding in good. We just gotta do the second one here, and that one's gonna have to come down, and so we'll do the ones that we can move around here. So we'll do this side for the time being. And I covered this, but we're gonna use my little oil retainer here. I'll pump the hole up, make it easier to slide through. Okay. And it feels like I always have just maybe something on my finger too. God damn it. It's one thing I cannot stand about putting engine parts together, is that you have got to make sure that everything is cleaned. Otherwise it does not go as it should. Okay, that one is in, and we should be able to do that one to the left of it as well. Yeah, I forgot to pump up the oil. That one is good to go, and we just have one last one that we got to fight with. So I want to check the difference between the old pins and the new pins. So here's old pin, new pin. Shiny one's new. Obviously the old one right there, and figure out why that one just slides right in. These ones are a little bit jammed as well, is that the old ones are about like a millimeter, or not even that, probably like a, I don't know what I call it, what's in millimeters, the smallest decimal you can be, but these are just a tad bit bigger in their circumference around. So that's also additionally to the problem why they are snagging a bit and why you need to have them brand new. So we'll try this again here. So I forgot to shine up the blocking plates to the pins, so we're gonna do that real quick. Just using a quick Dremel. Take that dusty gray, hopefully give it kind of like a brush aluminum finish here. All right, there we go. That's a good start. I'm gonna go down one more grit and see if we can get a little bit prettier on this side here. That will match the motor better. All right, we are back to installing the blocks on the lifter, tappet, rollers, whatever you want to call them. Getting these installed. I have brand new washers ready to go. So we're gonna slip these over. Just like that. That one there, and that one there. I probably should mention that other than allowing these lifters to lift up, these guides also keep these lifters from rotating, which should be also a terrible consequence if they were to move and take out everything around it. Spin and bearing are all the above there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put, and say by the service manual, but just in case, a dab of Loctite, because one thing that Jesus loves is Loctite. Okay, put that on there. It's a small schmidget there, Loctite, and onto our cap. Go, make sure we're good. I should chase the holes. I'm sure there's gunk in them from cleaning up the motor. But we will lock those down now. All right, and we have a torque spec we also have to hit on here as well. Torque those down so we don't forget. By the book, it says 80 to 110 inch-pounds, which is quite the stark difference between the two on there. So we'll just get it down to 80 first. Okay, and we'll just bump it up to, I'll say 100. We'll call it good from there. All right, we are all set there. We have now the cover to put on. So here's the cover, back where we last left it off, painted and all still taped off back. So we're actually gonna untape this now and get it back on the bike. All right, so pull that off. Hopefully everything should still be good. Tape lines, all that good stuff. Okay, good there. And we just got to unplug all of our holes and get this cleaned up. This motor has bit me in the ass so many times trying to get to the next step. And I went to go untape the cam cover and clean out the insides. So here we are right there. And a bunch of shavings, and I should have cleaned it prior, but I wanted to make sure that it was super clean before I went to go install it. Figure whatever, I'll just do it after it's all untaped. Went and did it, and it ruined the finish. It just ate right into it. Now, I did use brake clean, which was a dumb move on paint anyways, but I figured even with the factory baked paint style going in there, like I baked this after I spray painted it, it should be tougher to at least withstand one hit of some brake clean, but it's still coming off on my hands as I'm touching it. It's concerning because now if I have any type of cleaner additional, I don't know if it's gonna eat in this paint at all for after the bike is assembled, and that would be even more of a nightmare seeing this come apart. So That stops us from putting the cover on, unfortunately. Man, fuck. So, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with this. Maybe go bare aluminum, maybe find a different paint now. I really like that paint. Shoots super easy. Doesn't leave any drips or anything. I still really like it. I just would imagine that it would hold up a little bit better attaching to what it's attacking, because it's supposed to be on a motor that's already this color, and that's how you fix it by Harley. You learn by what you fuck up on, and then you just keep moving forward. All right, so for now, guys, that'll about us on this one. I would greatly appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell what you think. And for those who aren't subscribed, thank you, and as always, stay free. Catch you guys later. Peace.